Welcome to another episode of Verbal Laxative. Today, we got me, Jason. We also have Zinzin and Hassan
Yay.
in his triumphant return.
Hello.
He's got so many stories to tell that Zinzin and I might not even get a chance to say anything.
Yeah, man.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't have any stories. I just showed up today. Is that
Just
cool?
been traveling around the world looking
Trying
for
to trying to cure people of the cove,
the cove.
Mhm.
Trying to
Yeah.
find the bat that started it all.
Yeah, you guys think too much of me. I've been just sitting at home getting fatter by the day.
Have you actually gained weight? Because I've lost weight since this all started.
Have you? Well, yeah, I've gained weight. I mean,
But I've lost
it's
muscle weight, so now I'm just dying.
Oh, great. We rounded off pretty good. So I basically maintained my weight. But I'm slowly losing it with working out with the wife.
At least
Except
you've been
she's
working
taken a
out.
break for the last couple days, so I think I've gained it all back.
It's good you've been working out at least. I haven't done that.
yeah,
It
I haven't done anything either.
I don't even think it would be counted as a workout in the traditional sense. It's just like
That's still good because I think on average I take probably less than 100 steps a day.
I take minus the amount of steps a day. I owe my body steps.
Yeah, I'm literally dying because of this. I mean, I have so much free time that I could be working out, but I just don't. I'm just not motivated or I'm just too lazy. All that crap.
Well, me too, but I also am trying to finish some stuff in the fridge, and a lot of it is like bacon and fatty pork belly, so I am going like one step forward and then like 9 steps back.
I do count my calories since I'm not doing much exercise, but that's not really working either because then you end up eating something
It's
else
like,
and then
yeah, this is about like 1 calorie, right?
exactly. One donut is 1 calorie. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yes, this is pretty accurate. Why? Who's to tell you that you're wrong?
I
How
don't know. I'm
many
trying. I'm trying to lose weight. I was hoping that this past year, being sitting at home for like all the time, that I might get up and do something, but I I've just become more lazy than usual. So
I
I
wanted
hate
to buy
everybody on
weights.
Facebook. I hate everybody on Facebook who's putting up their progress. Like, oh, in the last year, because of COVID, I got a 6 pack and this and that. I'm like, F you.
6 pack.
That's what I should have done, especially since I'm just sitting at my desk all day, working from home and everything. I could be using that time to work out, but nope. I tried to go get weights many times, but obviously all the stores are selling out of fitness equipment like crazy, and it
It's
hasn't
in
stopped.
it's in stock now in some places. The first couple of few months was like crazy because the gyms closed and everybody was like buying all the fitness stuff. But the other day I was in Walmart and I saw they had some dumbbells and stuff sitting around. I didn't buy
I've
anything, but
never seen any for the last long time. I'm looking for
Mhm.
just plates, like larger
Oh,
plates.
okay.
But yeah,
You
I
know, when
haven't
I was a
seen any.
kid, before I had money to buy weights, I would just fill up like those like 2 liter milk jugs and I just lift those.
I mean, that's a good use for it. Um, Too bad you can't fill it with something heavier.
Well, after that, I graduated to just backpacks. So I just put multiple heavy things in a backpack and I lift it. You have to get a decent backpack where the straps will like
Yeah, I was just thinking
rip
my stuff
off.
would probably break.
I don't know. Like you've put something big enough, usually it'll hold. It's just those little things. Like if I the first time I did it, I kind of fucked up. I put a bunch of small little weighty things, and then it just some of them just it's just because it's so unevenly distributed, and it just slowly started like ripping a hole like through the backpack, this old backpack I had. But if you have like bigger things, like you put like textbooks and shit in there, or even if you just put like I guess you could put the milk jugs in there full of water. And then yeah, you put like two or whatever, however many you can fit, and you gotta lift it up. It's like fucking prison workout.
Did you ever have like ankle weights or anything?
I think I had some just to try it out. Cause someone was like, "Yeah, you should try ankle weights. Just put them on, and then when you walk around, you just lose weight." And then I'm like, "Oh, okay." I did it for like one day, and then I just never put them on again. It's just
Yeah, I
it's
tried them for a
stupid.
short time too during like high school, and they just break so easily. And usually they're not even that much weight because, well, it's supposed to be on your ankle. And I just wish that they had it like in Naruto and stuff, where Rock Lee has like those
Yeah.
massively heavy weights and they just
Yeah.
fit on his leg
And
comfortably. It's like,
just
damn.
weighted clothes, like also like in Dragon
Yeah,
Ball, you
like,
just take
yeah,
off your shirt, just like 100 pounds, you throw it on the floor.
that'd be great if we had that in real life.
Just dying. I think you'd have so much like back problems.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
definitely.
but like the ankle weights are sound stupid because all I did was kind of just sit in front of the computer, so I just sat with like ankle weights on. It was so stupid. There was no
Yes,
point.
I'm exercising. Yeah.
No, that's what it is. Like, oh, you can't tell me I'm not exercising. I have them on. What are
Yeah,
you
well,
going
I had
to?
them on, and it was like throughout the school day. So I'm like, I walk a fair amount, but then it's just like when you're at school, you're just sitting most of the time there too. So it's like, I don't think I'm getting any benefit whatsoever from this. But if they were like 50 pounds each, I would have.
Die. Just pull all
Yeah,
your
just
muscles.
break my leg. But who's to say? If only we could invent that technology. Just super dense, affordable chunks of metal or something.
uh so this is our I forget which episode number this is, but we're up in the high 50s. We already blew past number 50. We never had an anniversary for it. But yeah, this is our end of the month filler episode with the classic crew, a little bit of a nostalgia, some what is that word? Retro? No. Throwback? No. Throwback Tuesdays? I don't know.
Usually it's Thursdays, but
Yeah, I
alright.
know, but
I mean, if this
uh,
comes out on a Thursday, then it still works.
no, it has to be no. We basically have
Yeah,
a
it has
day
to
to
be.
upload this.
Yeah, it has to be tomorrow at the latest.
Yeah.
Well, what you gonna do? We got the OG cast. It's been a while, but here we are. And
It's been a long while. It's probably been a year since we more than a year. You know what? I think it's been fuck like 2, 3 years since we started this. It's the three of
I
us in the
have
beginning.
Has it been that long?
I
It's
had the
been
date written
probably
down
2 years
somewhere. I don't remember it.
because we started this before COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that's all I remember. Right.
That's all. Yeah, no, we start quite a bit before COVID. So yeah, I would say at least 2 years, maybe going on 3.
I think this was I think we did it before. It was around June or something. I think. But whatever. I mean, we'll celebrate for our 100th episode.
Yeah, well, if you want to reach 100 episodes anytime soon, we're gonna have to like up the production
Nope,
instead
just
of like
making
one episode a month
it'll be
next year.
in 2 years. We'll have our 100th episode.
Not even. We've been
Two
less
to
than
three
like yeah.
years.
There you go. 4 or 5 years.
It's all
I
good. We'll
probably
get
won't
there
be alive. I won't make it. I'll be too old.
for another 3 years. You won't make it.
Yeah. Well, I never expected to live too long anyway, so
He's gunning for a short. He's gunning for a short lifespan.
I see.
well, the way I eat and live and everything it doesn't look good for me.
shoots up heroin every morning.
You're
No,
still
too
much healthier
expensive.
than many other people.
Actual heroin users.
I don't know. Some of them could be pretty fit.
Oh yeah, probably.
No, there's probably none that are fit.
You know what? No, there's some like rich people that use it, but they still do active stuff.
Is heroin a rich person's drug? I don't think so. I
But
think
rich
that's
people would still use it.
no. Rich people are like using cocaine and shit. I don't think they use heroin. You don't stay rich for long if you're using heroin. You
I'll
know,
stand by that. There's rich
cocaine
people that
is
do it.
the cocaine is like the Wall Street drug.
That's the stereotype. I'm sure they do. Like I'm sure it's true. But once you get hooked on a drug, it's gonna be tough to quit. So I hear.
Try it out and give us a report.
But I don't do drugs.
That's
I
why you'll be the perfect control.
don't even really remember the last time I drank either. Because I'm normally like maybe a social drinker, but since there's not much social stuff happening whatsoever during this entire time, yeah, I probably had less than 10 drinks this year.
Maybe you should make the transition into just a habitual solo drinker.
Yeah, but I don't like the taste or anything, so I don't see how people get addicted.
Most people won't drink it for the taste.
Yeah, but I don't get any of the other benefits. I think we might have talked about that before in the podcast, but uh, alcohol effects, I don't get any of the good stuff like a
I
buzz
think
or
you should
anything.
just
Doesn't
maybe
happen.
you just need to push yourself to drink more
I
to the
have. I
point of
just
like
throw up at one point and then
yeah, and
it's just
just
garbage.
keep on going until you get the alcohol poisoning, get your stomach pumped, go to the hospital, wear a diaper after a while. And then you could
That's-
probably say, "Yeah, I
You're
took
not
it
getting
all
to the
the way
good
to the
part.
top."
I still don't hear a good part.
That's probably all of that is the good part.
Oh, yeah, I don't see myself getting hooked to it then.
Uh, well, I'm just saying you don't know until you try it.
Well, I've tried it, but not to that extent. I've
Yes,
drank, thrown up, drank some more, and it just never feels any better.
that's why you gotta reach it. You gotta just do it to the absolute end, and then you would get I imagine you would get a pin for it. I think they give out medals for that.
I've actually wanted to see if I could get a Alcoholics Anonymous pin, like those like 1 year sober pins or whatever,
Ah, okay. So
just
you
as an
need to.
excuse to be like, oh, going out drinking. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go, but I'm not gonna drink. And then I'd
Well,
have a reason because people always ask, why aren't you drinking? And then
yeah, you see, you gotta start having a drinking problem to get there, right? So,
can't I just
like
go into the meeting and say I have a problem and
no,
then
that doesn't work. You gotta do it one
why?
step at a time. All right. So you like some goals may seem insurmountable, but you just gotta start out a little bit at a time. Just take that step forward.
What if I just take a drink right before I go in the meeting, so that way I'll still smell of alcohol?
No, that doesn't
And
matter. Probably half of
how does
them
that
already
not
do that
matter?
anyways. No, you
Yeah,
gotta
and then
get you
that means
gotta
I'll fit in.
no, you won't fit in. They'll know. They'll sniff you out. They'll know that you're lying. You gotta be like real. You can't just go undercover. You should just get because there's no meaning to getting the Alcoholics Anonymous coin or whatever if you didn't work hard to get it. So you gotta put in the work. You gotta drink
Take
gallons.
acting lessons.
Nah, you gotta drink
I see where
gallons
you're getting with this.
of vodka. Just destroy your liver. And then when you get the coin, then you have that sense of achievement. And then when you look back on this, you could be what like I did that. That was all me.
Yeah,
I'll try my
after
way
the
first.
alcohol, yeah, after the alcohol poisoning and everything and liver failure, then you can say that you earned it.
Yeah, and then you can tell
Yeah.
people, it's okay. I don't drink anymore.
Man, why is it so tough just to get a stupid ass freaking coin thingy?
Nothing in life is free. You gotta put in the hard work.
Why can't I just fake it? Like, just act and, you know, the old fake it till you make it kind of phrase.
If you're gonna fake it, just whenever you When people expect you to drink, then just start faking it right there. Just say you start drinking at home, and you're already buzzed, and fake it that way. Why would you have
That's
to get the pin just to fake
faking
it?
it. I wanna. Well, I had to fake being an alcoholic first, and then I fake being a recovering alcoholic.
Or you can just fake being drunk
Oh,
every time you
those
hang
are
out
all the
with your.
worst. They're all lukewarm. Just do it for real. Get just get destroyed for real. Just drink yourself into the gutter in real life.
I mean, I just have to. Even when if I when I drink now, it's just it doesn't do anything to me like mentally or anything. So I don't know. It's
You just gotta drink until you black out. Just absolutely just get destroyed.
I think the
Pass out
most
in your
is I've
bathroom.
thrown up like 3 or 4 times from drinking, and then that's about it. But even then, I just feel sick, and then that's it. No good thing ever happened. No good feelings. No forgetting crappy life problems or anything like that. All the reasons people drink, it doesn't fix any of that for me.
That just all I'm hearing is just you need to drink more. Everything that the one solution that solves all your problems is whatever you think is the limit, surpass it.
Yeah, but drinking is also expensive.
Get the cheap stuff like the rubbing alcohol from the drugstore.
Jesus.
The
I don't
rubbish.
people that's so bad. That would just destroy your insides. There's like no plus to that.
Yeah. Oh, this is the only advice I give specifically only for you. Anybody else
I
listening?
don't think you
I'm
know
not
what
legally.
advice is.
I'm not. No one is legally liable for any of this. Everything is parody, except when recommended to Jason. Jason, then that is real advice.
I don't know why you want me to die
Oh, I just want you to have a good time and to get your
in death.
to get your alcoholics and your AA coin.
I mean,
Rubbing alcohol is a
that
good
would
time.
kill me.
Well, he just said is the normal stuff is just out of his price range. So
I'd just die.
this stuff exists.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't have to do this podcast anymore. That's a plus.
Man, you know what is hard to find? I'm just trying to look for some like random stupid ass questions just to just to throw at you guys. But everything is just like the worst questions. Like they're all just like, when was the last time you cried? I'm like, what the fuck?
Why would
Who's
you? What?
who's getting paid to like write these out?
I've seen some articles and stuff of like basically opening question, like starter questions and stuff like that for like first dates or something like that along those lines. And they're all like pretty bad. They're very basic too.
It seems like they're all outsourced to India just to just to come up with these questions.
And the
You
way
wouldn't
they're
normally
phrased
ask them.
too is bad too. It seems like too internet formal kind of things. Like, what does a typical day look like for you? It's like who talks like that on a date?
Yeah, those are. It's just like, yeah, it's either like sanitized garbage that you ask. Apparently, I don't know what kind of setting would these even be? Like a work party where everything is just dead on the. Or yeah, it's just like some outsourced question to some people that don't really give a shit and are getting paid like
They're like
cents to write out just a random question on the
they're kind of like
shitty.
bad interview questions. Like anything surprising or anything surprising happened today, or what's the best advice anyone's ever given you? It's like these are weird questions to just suddenly ask.
Some of them, okay, like, wait, look at this list. Okay, it starts off with what shape is the sky? At what point did time begin? There's some that are okay. Like there's just one question right here. If a king is gay and marries another guy, what is that guy to the royal family?
First lady.
First man First
Nope, still
Duke.
lady.
First
Backup king.
backup
King 2.
Sutor. See, but then like everything else is just it's kind of like these are like Brian questions, I feel like. It's like, oh, if dandelions are considered weeds when daisies, why are dandelions considered weeds when daisies are considered flowers? Why do people squint their eyes when they can't see? Wouldn't that just make it less space to see out of?
About the amount of space.
Why do we drive on the parkway and park on the drive? Like these sound like straight up Brian questions.
Well, that last one
wouldn't-
seems like an English problem,
These are terrible.
like a language
Oh,
problem.
here it is. 400 best questions to get to ask to know someone. What's your favorite book? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite movie? Imagine like you're supposed to do this rapid fire with the girl.
Oh man.
You bring out a card. Nothing makes them more wet. You bring out a card. I'm gonna have a few questions I'm gonna ask you.
Dear God, I should write this down.
What is your favorite flavor of coffee? What is your favorite coffee? What is your favorite television show of all time?
I have so many
Icebreaker.
answers for like one single question. Like your favorite movie, I have so many answers to that.
I wouldn't
Just-
even, I wouldn't even be able to answer that question. What's your favorite movie?
Well, yeah, I'm in the camp. It's like I don't have a favorite movie. I have favorite movies within like each genre, basically.
But okay, well then you're even better off because it's not, you can just say that. You can just say,
Yeah.
"Oh, here are my."
That's
favorite
why I say I
movies."
have a lot of answers for.
Mines would just be
one
like,
question.
I don't know, and then panic and say like Free Willy or some shit.
Have you even seen that before?
No, wait,
Yeah,
a
I
long
didn't
time
think
ago
so.
maybe. But I'm
There's
just
no
like-
way you've seen it before.
It's just it gets into that. It's such a simple question that my brain would just shut off. It's like your computer going on screensaver, or just shutting off when you're not like using it or whatever. My brain is just automatically. This is a stupid question. I'm out, and then I would panic, and then my more basic instincts part of my brain, the one that controls like breathing and heart pumping, would all of a sudden have to step in and be, Free Willy. I don't know.
Are the two of you familiar with the old game show? What was it? The Newlyweds Game. It's like basically you have. It's like the two of you, for example. I'm not saying you're newlyweds, but it's more of a game to like see how much you know each other. But there'll be questions like, "Oh, what's the other person's favorite food?" You each have to like write down an answer, and then you have to.
This is the game they
Show it.
usually play at like weddings, or are you
Yeah,
talking
that's why
about
it's
like
like the
something on
Newlyweds
TV?
Game is what it's called.
Yeah.
But how well do you think you would do with Hassan?
With Hassan, me and
Yeah.
Hassan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if we
I
were
mean-
married,
It doesn't have to be
Right.
married. That's just the name of the game.
it is the newlywed game. What do you want from me?
I just want to know how
Why
well
are
you
you
know
making
each
this
other.
so hard? Why? This is so...
I mean, the game's pretty much impossible to play on a podcast because due to lag and timing and stuff. Unless, and there's no video aspect, so we can't do that. I just was wondering if you think you know each other fairly well or not.
I don't. You know what? Do you have the questions in front of you? We can have a dry run right now, or a wet run, however this turns out.
I could pull some up. I'm sure it would be easy to find.
All right. In the meantime, I'll ask you guys some questions, and then you can answer. What cartoon world do you wish you could live in for a week?
For a
Futurama.
week.
Futurama? Oh, wow, that
Yeah.
was you're on the ball.
Wait, does that have to be cartoon or does anime count?
You're
'Cause-
already complicating things. I just need a name.
But there's so many that come to mind. But
No, Jesus.
it's I would say something like Dragon Ball, but
All right, Dragon Ball. We've already inputted
that's
your
not
answer.
a cartoon per se. But
It's drawn. It's a cartoon. Dragon
Okay,
Ball it is.
fine.
And that's it. That's all the interaction we have for that for that question. I have no follow up. It's just like, oh, okay. What would be mine? I don't know. I blanked again. Free Willy. There we go.
Free Willy cartoon,
Cartoon.
confirmed.
No, actually, I would not want to live in the Free Willy world, which is real life, I think.
Yeah. You can't come up with an answer then for yourself.
Fucking cartoon. I want to think like there's some good cartoons, but I don't want to live in that world. Like Adventure Time is, I like that. It was very good memories. But I don't want to live in the Adventure Time world.
Adventure Time was a good show. Like
Yeah,
even, not just for
I don't want
kids.
to live in that. I don't want to live in
Yeah, no,
that
I know what you mean.
setting though.
But I mean,
Fuck
even
it.
for my answer, I was kind of regretting it as I said it, just because it's like, oh yeah, you'll be put into Dragon Ball, but you don't get any of the powers, and I just be like a normal person living in a somewhat futuristic world.
Maybe I will pick some anime where it's like fucking the harem anime, and you get to live with like fucking 20 girls.
Oh, so a hentai.
Yes, but
Okay.
not the crazy fucked up ones, but like mellow ones. Because I don't want to live in that. I don't want to live in a hentai world where all the girls are like different sorts of like monsters and shit. You got like one girl that's like half octopus and the other one's, like I don't want to live in that world, but I want to live just normal vanilla, two legs, two arms.
Which half is the octopus?
I mean, like it should be a given that I don't even have to clarify this, but that's just what's out there now. So
So you'd want to live in the world of Aladdin with Princess Jasmine?
yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I just think like
With her and a
the
bunch
world
of
of
her
Aladdin
friends?
is just like okay, but the world of Aladdin is like there's nothing else to kind of do. I kind of want to live in a modern world where like I can just fucking go on the internet or do some just live a decadent convenient lifestyle. And also in a place where I feel like I won't get tired of the food. And if I remember in Aladdin, I don't even remember I don't think this was from the actual movie, but maybe from like some Aladdin spin-off show. I just remember there was like a scene where there was a sandwich, but the meat inside the sandwich was just like a chicken drumstick. And I'm like, nah, I don't think I could just eat that shit for. I don't even think that's real food, first of all. But I don't know. Like I just feel like I don't know, man. I spent like a month and a half in the Middle East, and I already knew at that point. I'm like, I don't think I can eat this food for a long stretch of time. I wouldn't be used to it. I
It's
I would
funny.
take.
It's funny how you're calling out Jason for taking forever to answer, and your own answer you divulged into the food of the animated world that you want to live in.
Yeah, you know what's even worse than that? I didn't even give you guys a fucking. I didn't even give you guys an answer yet.
Free
but this is,
Willy. That was the
but
best
this
closest
is,
thing we got to an answer.
but this is the advantage of me saying the questions because I could just bum rush the answer out of Jason and take my sweet time for myself. I got all the power of this. This is why you gotta start your own company. I don't know. Did you
What?
find the
Your own
fucking
company?
newlywed questions yet?
Yeah, I found some questions. I figure it's gonna be. We'd have to play it somewhat differently since this is voice only. But let's just do some very basic questions to see if we even know the most like level one type of questions
All right,
to
let's
do
do it.
this.
Me and Hassan on the newlyweds
All
then, yeah.
right. So the way I'm gonna do this that I think would make sense is first question will be just Zinzin, you'll have to answer first. After that, we'll have Hassan answer because the question is, what is Hassan's favorite movie?
Oh, fuck's sakes. Fuck off. I feel like you.
Okay, we'll go
No,
even.
no, no, no. You know what? I'll say. I'm just going to guess. Maybe like Avengers Endgame.
And Hassan, you can't fudge your answer. So Hassan, what is your favorite movie?
Lord of the Rings.
Fuck's sakes.
Which one?
That makes much
Which
more
one?
sense.
I count it all as one, but if I'd have to say one particularly, it'd be Return of the King.
Oh, so close.
Oh. All right, we're 0 for 0 right now.
Let's go some. I think this one. I think I might know this one, but I mean, okay. What is Hassan's favorite TV show?
Futurama.
That would have been my guess. So Hassan, is he correct?
Uh, when it, I'm kind of like you when it comes to that. I have a favorite for each genre. So if it's animated, then yeah, Futurama.
Okay, what about
Um,
live action? What would be your favorite show?
there's too many to. I can't.
All right, we'll
Oh,
table that
I,
for
don't, I don't.
later.
I don't even have an answer for that.
We'll table that for later before you give me like fucking Free Willy
That
or some
just
shit.
means Futurama is the closest thing to an answer then.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does that count as a
So
win?
that yeah, that counts as a win.
All right. All right. All right. 1-1.
All right, let's do something where it wouldn't be as vague of an answer. We'll switch it over to Zinzin though. So Hassan, you'll
Okay.
have to answer first.
All right.
Okay.
What is his favorite color?
Yeah, you better answer this, wife.
Green.
Yes, he got it right. Oh my
You got it
god.
right.
This is why. This
And
is
there's
why
no
you're
way
the one.
Zinzin would lie about that.
This is why you're the one.
That was a shot in the dark. I just guessed. I had no idea.
Good shooting. That's your shots in the dark is what attracted us in the first place. Just your skill in shooting in the absence of light.
Okay,
What
here's
made you get-
another.
That's what
This one
made you
would be
get down on
super-
one knee, huh?
Yes, yes. And give you the fucking onion ring on your finger.
This one should be even easier. What is Zinzin's favorite food?
Uh,
I thought this would be easier than the color one.
It'd have to do with meat. It'd have to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
it's-
steak.
Oh. I would say it is a general answer, like a somewhat of a category of food. But
Steak? Did you say steak?
Yeah.
Steak is good, but it's not my favorite. This won't work out. We're fucking done.
I believe the answer would be noodles.
Okay.
They would be probably the top ones. Yeah, yeah. But if it was like a death row sort of situation, I think my last meal I would want sushi as well. Just because it would be much more of a send off. But I can eat noodles every day, no problem. Yeah, it's pretty much my favorite.
I was thinking
This-
meat then.
It would be a smorgasbord. You know what? It would be like sushi. It would be like roast. It would be like crispy duck, crispy pork. A steak would be in there for sure. Wagyu steak. Noodles, some kind of soup. Yeah, yeah. All of that would be my favorite. You know what? You know what? All of that is my favorite. I've declared that all of that is my favorite from now on. I've registered that with the government.
Wow,
Okay.
that's so easy to do. I didn't realize you could just do that quickly.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah. Well, you have to do it beforehand because now they won't let you do that. So, but they allow me to do it. It's been grandfathered for me. But everybody else has to only pick one. And if you pick the wrong food, if you pick your wrong favorite food, then you go to jail.
Here's one I'd be interested to know. I don't expect this is a very hard question, I think, but we'll do it for Hassan. So, Zinzin, who do you think is his celebrity crush?
Oh, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Ooh, good answer. Good answer.
I don't. There's a specific one and only. I don't know who it would be.
Just someone in your top 10 or would be good.
I don't even know who the current celebrities are now.
They don't have to be current. He could say Judi Dench or something.
Judi
She's still
Dench.
current, I guess, but
Mm, I don't know. Haley Atwell, maybe.
Who the fuck is that?
Agent Carter from the MCU.
Nope, haven't seen it. I haven't seen
Okay.
it. Is she hot? I'll
She's
accept it.
have you seen the first Captain America? She's his love interest. Captain America's the one who plays
Oh,
Peggy Carter.
okay, okay, okay. I see. Okay, I see. I see. I see. I see.
Currently, I think mine would be Ana de Armas.
Who's
Oh
that?
yeah,
Jesus Christ! You know what? I gotta search up these names.
Have you
Because
seen
I don't
Knives
know what
Out?
they looked at.
Knives
Knives
Out.
Out?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's in that. She's like, wait, Zinzin, have you seen it?
Anna de Armas. Oh, I see this person.
Yeah, she's
All
got.
right,
Yeah,
I see. She looks like very European. I don't know.
I mean, you're not wrong.
If I didn't
This
see her
list
last
of
name,
questions has like some really coupley type of questions.
that's what we want. Give it to
Oh,
us.
really? Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's
Actually,
find a
maybe
good
you
one.
should be you. Maybe we should start asking. Maybe we should get you to answer some of these questions as a couple.
I mean, some of these is just. But I went with some very basic questions I didn't really have to look up. It's just trying to guess people's favorite stuff or whatever.
All right, pick one for you and either me or Hassan. You are now the couple with one of us.
Wait,
Pick a-
what? So who am I asking? What?
I don't know. Give me the link. I'll send. I'll fucking do it. I'll ask the question.
1 sec. I was using a couple. I was scrolling through some different lists. Which one was the good one? Here.
Taking too long, man. The clock is ticking.
Sent it, I
Our
sent it.
fans have expectations. All right, here we go. Here we go. First,
So
what was the
this
first
list,
movie you
it's
both watched together? In
categorized.
the theater?
Yeah, that's down the list. It's like near the bottom. It's like making love, and it's like yeah, we'll skip that category.
Why? You should answer the making love ones. Let me. What will your
Yes.
spouse
What
say they had the
does
best vacation
Zinzin
with
wear to bed?
you? Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Got it right. Oh wait. All right. Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah, sure.
What is
Okay.
your favorite time of day for making love?
Okay. Wait, who
who's
you asking?
answering it first?
Let's go with Jason. No, let's go with Hassan first.
Okay, so
I
Hassan
have-
has to guess me.
Yeah, you're guessing what
Okay.
is Jason's favorite time of day for making
Oh,
love.
this is an easy one.
Anytime.
Anytime, baby.
What-
He
what's
got
what's
it.
Hassan's? What's Hassan's?
Anytime.
Anytime.
Wrong. Wrong. Only in the morning. First, a crack of dawn. That's
Only when the sun is just coming up. If it's over the horizon, it's over.
it's
You
over.
have to wait
yeah,
till the
this is
next morning.
dead, flaccid. This is too late.
Only when the rooster crows. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. The crowing.
Oh, I
and
get it. That's pretty smart. You know, the cock is. Yeah, okay, I gotcha. That's clever.
No, it's more simpler than that. Just rooster sounds just gets them super hard.
Oh, I thought he was making like
Yeah.
a metaphor. You know, some sort of
No,
clever analogy.
no.
As in, whenever the rooster's ready. Is that
Yeah.
what you meant?
Yeah.
Look at these. Look at these. Oh, is there a special memory about your spouse that you'll never forget? Oh,
Oh, the first time I met him. Wait, no. That's not the one time that he shaved for, and I didn't really recognize him. That was weird.
yeah, that was like evading the law type shit. Even there's a new guy. Like that's a disguise basically. If you shave your beard, Hassan, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
disguise.
If you didn't wear a vest that day, I would have thought you were someone completely different.
Yeah.
That was
Just
a
call
long
security
time
on.
ago.
Yeah, and I'll never forget it.
I think that was the last time I shaved. Yeah, like fully clean shaved.
Were you,
Yeah.
were you even surprised as to see your face for the first time in a while, just without any hair on there?
Yeah,
at all?
did like your chin look completely new to you?
Yeah. It was kind of weird for myself too. But
I still don't understand why you did it. I don't even know if you ever told me why you did it.
He sometimes just
Didn't
has the
I
area.
messed up. I messed up trimming, and
Oh,
then
right,
I
right.
messed it up, and then I tried to even it out on the other side, and then I messed it up some more. So I was just like, "Fuck it," and then I got rid of it all, and then it
Right,
looked
I
even
remember that
more
now.
weird.
All right, so I want to say that it's kind of the same result between me and Hassan. It's half and half. Some, I guess the score is kind of tied. I want to say, but at the end of my question period with Hassan, we had to get a divorce because irreconcilable differences, and then we got
I
back together once we realized we couldn't
I just
stay
couldn't
apart.
go on for
Yeah,
another day
yeah,
without
exactly.
like it's just like
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
yeah, and then in that kind of scenario, you wouldn't like fucking shell out that much money for the next wedding because you've already done it, right? So it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, and parents are
So it was
like,
a quiet affair.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the parents will be like disapproving because they're like, oh yeah, well we we already fucking fucking did all that for our wedding already. You just gonna go back to the same person, and you'd be like, yeah,
I
yeah,
can't deny what the heart wants.
yeah, exactly. Fuck
You know,
off,
it's kind of
parents.
weird though. It's a slight tangent, but I was looking for like some controversial questions that was just gonna pop up in there and just like see if it'd
I
be.
got one right now. I found one that could
Before
be
you
pretty
do,
juicy. I
I
know.
was just
Go
gonna
ahead.
say I looked through the lists on different sites, and I think just between the group of people here, it's not very controversial for us. It's like stuff like, is it ethical to eat meat, or is there a life after death, or does God exist, and
Those are like
should
that's
drugs be
like
legal?
pushing. Yeah, that's like fucking like that's like naive questions. Like you just got born into the world. Like those are questions for like newborns.
This other one's even worse. It's like
Yeah, the ones that can talk, right?
evolution and climate change and
Yeah, those are. There's like a whole bunch of them.
vaccines,
The
animal
first ones that
rights.
came out, all literally that. Like, oh, do you believe aliens exist? And well, you got some ones where they try to be edgy, but it's like, but like it's fucking lukewarm shit. It's like, oh, should gay conversion therapy be banned and stuff? Like stuff like that.
Would you
Obviously,
have
the
sexual
correct.
relations with an alien, like space alien?
Yeah, man. If it was like Superwoman or whatever, Supergirl, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so
But
that's
if it
the one
was
you
like
don't.
a
She'd probably
15
orgasm
tentacle,
and just yeah, no tentacles, just normal
yeah,
anatomical human body. But yeah, she'd probably orgasm and just fucking rip my dick right from my body. But worth it for
yeah.
Supergirl.
If it was like Supergirl, yeah,
Yeah, I think
or
we're all in agreement.
yeah,
I was trying to put a twist on the whole alien question, but
No,
that wasn't
yeah,
that
look
didn't
at
give
these questions.
anything.
Do Black Lives Matter?
that's
Oh man.
is that an actual question?
Yeah, man. There's a lot of these loaded ones. It's on that. It was like an Instagram one where it's like controversial questions on the Insta. Well, this one is: should marrying your cousin be illegal? Uh, totally not. You should totally marry your cousins. The closer it is, the better.
What is this, Shelbyville? People who got that got it.
Rural America has it right. Keep it within the trailer.
Roll Tide.
All right. No. This is the this is a juicy one that I actually found that it'll be interesting if you see what you guys think. All right. Is it racist to not be attracted to certain ethnicities?
Um,
Silence.
I always was under the belief that everyone's racist in different regards, so I'll say as a umbrella answer, it would be yes, but it doesn't have to be necessarily mean. It's like a hateful type of racist. It's just a preference.
All right. What do you
I would
think?
have to agree with that.
All right. Well, this is a very
I'm the
controversial.
similar sentiment. I mean, it, overall, I guess yes, but then it comes down to yeah, what Jason said. I'm not going to dig a hole for myself.
God damn it! I can't get any of
Okay,
us to
here's
just
one
get
that's
into a
not
fucking.
controversial, but at least we'll have different answers, I think.
All right, hit
All
us
right.
with this.
So everyone can answer this question. It's not really whatever. Okay. So if you won $10,000, what would you spend it on?
If I
And you
want
have to
t-
spend. You can't just like bank it or something.
Spend it
Okay.
all, no investing, nothing. Um,
But I mean, investing might count, but I'll say no banking it, just because that's a very safe answer.
so who's going first?
Yeah, whoever's got an answer.
I'd spend it
Uh,
on vacation.
yeah. If I could go on vacation, I could spend it on vacation. I don't know. I use it to pay off debts. I think 10,000 is not even that much. I would use half of it to treat ourselves, and the other half to pay off like credit card debts or some shit like that.
There's no way you
Uh,
have that much credit card debt.
no, like stuff like that. Credit card debt,
No,
maybe.
yeah,
I
like
don't
mortgage or
know.
something.
Like I don't even think it'd be worth it. I don't know. Throw that into a mortgage, or like maybe it's kind of stupid. What am I gonna do? Invest it into like an ETF? I don't know. Buy stuff that we kind of need. Yeah, maybe like I'd be tempted to use a bit of it on vacation, but and then the other stuff, buy stuff that we would need, I guess. See if my wife's the in-laws, if they need any like replacements or whatever. Maybe like a new fridge if theirs is fucked or some shit like that, or maybe even just like new stuff for me. Some stuff. I think spend it on stuff. It's not enough to pay off anything in a mortgage. Credit card debt's not gonna take off that much. So the leftovers will just be spent on fucking stuff.
Yeah.
10,000
Definitely
isn't that
go on a
much.
vacation. I would
Yeah.
take the 10 grand and go visit all the lands, England, Scotland, Ireland, Iceland, and just do like an extended vacation. Finland,
Swaziland,
Finland.
all of that.
Somaliland, all the lands.
All the Western European lands.
All right, man.
Because
Okay, well,
I've been wanting to do that for a while, and if someone threw 10 grand my way, I would that's probably one.
you take the
That's
wife with you, or you just go by yourself?
yeah. No, the wife would go with me. I'm not gonna.
Okay,
Just
if
be
you
like,
Just
could
no, you
live
yeah.
like
can't
a
go. What the
if you
hell?
could live like a king in like fucking like Swaziland or Somaliland or some really impoverished country, would you fucking do that?
Um,
Take your paycheck that you
I
get right now and go over there and live like a king.
I would, but I don't think 10 grand would let you live like a king for very long anywhere, even
I think he
if the
just means as a
dollar is
separate line of
strong.
questioning.
Oh, a separate line of question. Uh, I don't know. Maybe. But then, like I said, whatever X amount of money you have, uh, it's gonna run out at some point. You might live like a king in one country for 6 months. In one country, it might be for like 2 years. But at some point, you're gonna go back to like the
What if it was like you
not
get
being a
your
king.
you still get paid. You still get like, your current paycheck, but you can go live in like Somalia with your current paycheck.
I don't know.
I mean,
If
there's also
I
a chance you'd get killed.
if I had that option, I would just go back to, well, not back to, because it's not like, I'd go to Pakistan. I mean,
Yeah.
the dollar rate is awesome, and the conversion, and if I could do that, then yeah, there's lots of places I want to see there, and then the wife would probably be happier because then she'd be closer to her parents. So I'd probably do that.
Is your wife from like she's from like the cities, or is she from like the countryside and
City,
cities? Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like the good thing about the countryside is usually you can get like the freshest food there, but it's just
Mhm.
like there's just no there's it's just like that Aladdin scenario, and well, depending on the country, but it's just like there's no convenience nearby. You
It's
gotta go to the
changing.
city.
It's changing. I mean, even in like the countryside, the villages, you can get pretty much everything now. I mean,
You still no, I would
I
think
went, I had Wi-Fi there. I did.
no, yeah, the basic stuff Wi-Fi, but like let's just say if you wanted to go to like yeah, you get all the basic stuff, but I mean like if
Yeah,
you wanted to go fucking like I don't know, like find something like pretty niche, I guess. I mean like you kind of shit out of luck if you're not near a city.
Pakistan's not a big country, so even if you live in the countryside, you're not that far from a city. Like you might be like an hour or two drive away from a major city. So
I feel like it's just it depends on wherever a person lives, and if it's to the locals, if it's like a significant amount of time, you slowly like it slowly just in your mind turns into like a significant amount of time too. So I mean, like if you live in a like if it's going from like between provinces in Canada, you'd be like, oh yeah, 3 hours, yeah, you could just drive it, no big deal. You know, fucking hour and a half to Red Deer, fucking drive there to work every day. But you go to another country where everybody thinks it's a drag to even travel like an hour or even like half an hour someplace. I just feel like sometimes it seeps into your mind by osmosis, and then you will feel like once you live there long enough, you feel like yeah, it's such a drag. Oh fuck, it takes like half an hour to get anywhere. I don't want to do it.
that is a thing because like my cousins in England, if I talk to them about like going from one city to another here, which is like a few hours, and for them that's crazy because for them like anything longer than a 20-minute ride or drive
It's already
is like
long for them.
is already too long.
I know, right? I feel like that would be that would be the case in Pakistan as well. Like you live in if you like I imagine like you're in the if you live out in the boonies or wherever and you're like fuck, you know, I really want to go, you know, I don't know, fucking do something that you won't be able to find out outside the city and then the city is like what? Maybe like 40 minutes away or some shit. But everybody just doesn't travel in there. They feel like it's too long, you might fall into that same fucking mindset. I feel it tons of times. Back then, I would totally take an hour and a half just to drive fucking, you know, like 200 kilometers, go to work just so I can sleep at home at night. Now
Mm.
I think about it, it's fucking insane. I would not do that. Yeah, in the current cushy life.
It all depends, I guess. Like for me, I like driving, so I mean, even the longer it is, not the longer, not exactly the better, but it's not like I hate it. But like going, if you had to drive 2 hours to the local closest city for your work and then drive it back every day, that would become a hassle. Yeah, but like like just driving in, if you live out in the country and driving in once a week or something, I don't think that would be too much of a drag for me.
I think it's
I
also
don't
a
know.
difference between driving for work and driving for fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, but also the convenience of it. I don't want to drive like hours just to go to a fucking store and some shit. Oh,
Yeah, that's what kind of
kind of.
sucks. Or something I really don't miss is the commute to work every day.
Yeah, no, this is the best thing. The only good thing that ever came out of COVID is working at home. You know,
Yes,
like
that's the silver lining.
yes, I only wish it didn't take fucking like millions of people to die to for people to come to this point. They should they should have just like fucking came to this point without people fucking dying, but you know, like you fucking gotta force them all to do all this shit anyways.
I mean, the world was headed to all this kind of stuff anyways within the next 5 or 10 years, but COVID kind of accelerated all that. I mean, there was companies in different countries already trying out the whole, working from home and
Well,
half
yeah,
your
some
day
tech companies
on
and stuff.
site. Yeah,
I just feel like it's just so some a lot of most of the people are just so like fucking like old fogey mentality, you know, like it just they're just so stuck in the inertia, and then, you know, like it literally has to take a worldwide pandemic for people to say for companies to just say, oh, maybe we should just fucking let them work at home if they can, you know, like you can't do construction at home, but you know, I feel like the office, like there's no point to have a fucking downtown in anywhere anymore. Like what?
no.
Why? Why do these cities need a downtown for all this office space just concentrated in this little area where it just takes all this time to get there just to sit in front of a computer and then you go home? I'm like, what the fuck is the point?
Do you
To
think
jack
as
the
much
property
people would
value.
live in a downtown if there wasn't so much office buildings and stuff? So it's just like apartment buildings basically, and good places to eat and such,
Yeah, I
clubs and
mean,
everything
like
like that.
some of them, like the prices are driven up pretty high because most of them are just like people that have like some pretty wealthy paying jobs that want to just find a place near the work, but also, like live in a high rise, right? And you take out all the fucking people that are living near work just to be in downtown, so you can just go to the office for fucking 24 hours straight. Take that out, and then just whoever wants to live in high rises and shit, like fucking, you can live in downtown for that, and you won't have to pay like $1 million just to buy like a fucking 500 square foot apartment.
So if cities were built like that, do you think the size of the downtown area would be like half the size or less?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know what, it'll be like uh you know how like so those big Asian cities, how they're like, right, they don't really necessarily have too much of like a central downtown. They got a whole bunch of clusters of downtowns kind of,
Yeah,
but then
yeah,
all the stuff
areas.
you need nearby is, it's like it's all clustered, so like everything you need nearby, groceries, convenience stores, restaurants, movie theaters, and all that shit be all spread out, right? You won't have to like go to downtown. There won't be like a downtown you gotta go to, right? I think it'd be something like that. Like, I don't know, like you want to live in a high rise apartment, maybe, like it's not just all concentrated right into downtown. Maybe you'll maybe it'll just be a lot more free flowing, I feel like.
Yeah, I just know that there's those types of people that like to live in a very urban type area.
Yeah.
And then there's others like, suburban or even rural. So
Well, lucky for them, like the way society's gonna go, usually that's where they're trending, like apartment buildings, urban style living, because you can't really give that much. I don't know. That's in the future. I don't see, as long as the population goes up, I don't see like people just carving out big fucking suburbs out in the middle of nowhere, and you gotta drive to work. I mean, like it's like a '50s sort of thing. Like they should probably stop doing that kind of shit. So, like at the most, maybe you just, single house detached homes. I guess it'll still be there, but the trend will be like, even now you see in the suburbs they build like some of the lots are just set aside for apartment buildings as well, and even in the like the suburb single house detached home neighborhoods. So I mean, like, you want to live in a fucking apartment? Yeah, you got your tons of choices. Condo living.
yeah, I just think some people like the density of a downtown where it's like, oh, if you want to go to eat at a restaurant, it's like right across the street. Or, you want to go to a freaking bar or something, it's also like just right there. I'm not that type. I'm pretty sure Hassan's not that type either.
No, no.
Well, I
I,
recall that Hassan likes like old school type houses too, like kind of like that vintage feel to it.
How
I would be the
vintage?
rural. I would be the rural kind of person if I could, choose where I want to live and had the money to do so and everything. I'd just get like a few acres outside of the city or something
Now, would you
and
want
have a little.
serfs to work your land at
No, no. I just want a hobby farm kind of thing with maybe, your a house and a couple of acres, 2 or 3 acres of, so you can just do some random whatever
some random shit?
whatever I'm interested in. Like I don't know.
Have you done gardening or anything like grown plants?
No, I would honestly not more the gardening stuff. I would love it if I could have my own like blacksmith um thing going
A
on.
forge?
A
A forge.
forge.
Play around with that. Maybe some carpentry stuff. Try to make some stuff, and yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Such a
having a workshop would
That
handyman.
would
actually
be
be
fun.
cool.
It would be nice. Yeah.
I imagine if I ever had to forge something, it would just be a complete fucking piece of garbage that comes out.
It's not like I have experience. I would just practice. I mean,
I mean, if it looks like crap, you just call it art, and then you could sell to someone.
yeah. I mean, Banana sold his art for last year, didn't they?
Who?
Yeah, yeah, it was a banana taped to a wall. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that.
that's sold for 100 grand or something. I mean, that was art. So you could make a lump of metal and call it art.
This is very true. All right. Shall I hit you guys with the next lukewarm question?
That was a really
Alright.
long answer to a question.
I don't
didn't
even
realize
think
we were still
on
doing
the
those
ques- I don't even
questions.
think we were on the question anymore.
I don't even remember what the question was.
You
Something
don't
about
want to.
$10,000, and then
Oh, that was
turned
the question? Right, okay.
and then it turned into if you could live like a king somewhere for this. And then-
Right.
Some of the
Alright,
okay,
anyways, next question.
all right. I was gonna give Jason a hard time and say, is it offensive to say all lives matter?
I still don't think so. In its literal meaning, I still see that as perfectly acceptable. That
I know, but no, we can't say it. You have to put a disclaimer. They're going to come after us. We're going to be killed. We have no. I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to save you from the fucking mob.
that'd be a first.
Okay, fine. Then get consumed.
Anyways, question.
by
It
the
was
Zerg.
the following question.
Wait, was Hassan there to witness this?
No.
Witness
He
what?
wasn't there. You don't know what's going on, hey? So Jason, okay,
No.
so we had this it was like episode a long time ago back.
This was during the Black Lives Matter.
yeah,
stuff.
when right in the thick of it, right? And Jason was basically saying, we brought up like, all lives matter is seen as not a good thing to say. And then Jason didn't know. He was totally outside of the fucking meta, right? So he's like, wait, I don't see like what's wrong with it, right? And then me and Brian had to fill him in on why it was the context of it, like it's not as simple as it seems. And we saved Jason from getting fired from his job.
I remember that. I was there. I think I was there for that.
Oh,
one.
you were?
I
Yeah,
remember
okay.
that. Yeah.
Were you?
Okay.
I thought you
I
weren't.
think so. Or maybe I was listening to it afterwards. I don't know. Whatever. But I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they saved your ass. So.
They saved your ass.
Sorry,
You don't know how close you were.
I thought everyone is equals. So
You were
I
on
guess
the
that's
cliff edge.
That thing.
We pulled you back in.
I'm not going to bring
from
it up.
now on, I'll
I'm
think
not
of
gonna-
everyone as inequals.
No
one's equal.
That's not the point. The
not the
meta.
point.
You have to keep the meta, the context in mind.
But I even
Yeah.
explained during that time of my thought process.
Yeah. No, of course, yes.
Okay, cool. Let's go to the next question.
This one was stupid. It was like, is alcohol the most dangerous drug? I would be like, fuck off. Well, who gives that? Fuck
No,
off.
I think we established heroin is the most.
Yeah, that's black tar fentanyl. Okay, fucking sweaty.
I mean, I don't really even consider alcohol as a drug per se.
Who even makes these questions? This is the
Well,
worst.
if you do that, anything is a drug. I mean, sugar would be a drug.
Yeah, exactly. Like whoever made this question, literally, like missionary fucking sex is too much for them. All right, like fucking get the fuck out of here. All right. Okay, this is a very American question. It seems. Should teachers be armed to reduce school shootings?
I'm gonna go with no.
No.
I will say, why stop at fucking guns? Give all teachers just a miniature nuke. All right, let's go all the way. You want to arm the teachers? Arm them all the way. Yeah, all of them. WMDs, like all of them. You fucking one of them. Like something happens, the teachers are there just to detonate a fucking like 12 kiloton nuke. Done. Solved.
Yeah. So if you attack a school, then you're potentially destroying a
done,
city.
Man. You will be annihilated.
You
and all the kids and that entire city block gone. So you better think about attacking a school next time you feel like it.
If you ever think about shooting a single bullet, you gotta consider also destroying the entire area.
Yeah. Just like you feeling lucky when you fucking get nuked. I think that should be a pretty good deterrent. You know, that's
I mean,
that's
it's
the
biggest
logical
deterrent.
end.
It works on a
That's the
national
logical.
scale.
Because they're too weak. Why? Why you arm the teachers with a handgun? What a fucking such a limp dick move.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Nukes.
trust a random person with a gun, so why would I give a random person a gun?
Fucking
Teachers are still
asshole.
just random people. They're not trained for that. So
Exactly. They can't they can't aim, pull the trigger. You know,
'cause
fucking.
if you start doing that, then you're gonna have to start doing like more intense. You'd have to do like police level background
Exactly.
checks and everything on
Get like
teachers.
65-year-old Miss Johnson or whatever to try to fucking aim at some guy. You know, like fucking. Oh, I gotta defend the kids. I gotta make this headshot. No, give him a button with a nuke. Done. There you go. There you go. We solved it. Thank you.
Kids
You're
didn't
welcome.
do kids didn't do their homework. Press that fucking button. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, NRA, fuck off, right? And you get the National Nuke Association. Yeah, you know.
All of a sudden, the average grade point or grade point average for all students would just skyrocket.
Are the ones that survive. The
Well, I mean, they're all under the
Nobody's
impression that
surviving.
the nuke
Nobody's surviving. A 10 kiloton nuke and detonated in the
Yeah,
classroom.
it'll go one way
Unless
or
you
the
skip
other.
school that day. We'll just at this
I
point,
think if you
you'd
still
be
skip
smart.
school, you're probably still within range.
Skip school and just stay the fuck like 50 kilometers away from the school. And then check how the wind's blowing. That should be the new thing kids pay attention to. All right. Is it okay? Is it ever okay for a man to hit a woman?
Yes.
Jason's answer is basically all the time. Like they mess up they mess up the tuna casserole. Fucking that's Jason. It's go for Jason. What
I
about you,
mean,
Hassan?
yeah, I didn't defend I didn't elaborate on my answer, so yeah, that's
It's okay. I elaborated
that's
for you.
canon now.
I think it's not okay to hit anyone, but in self-defense, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if some crazy gal is coming at you with like beating the shit out of you, and you have to do something, I guess so.
Yeah, like Jason's sister just nags him a little too much. In self-defense, he just has to fucking unleash.
Well, that's not self-defense, but
He's defending his dignity.
Yeah, like I have them.
I guess people's definition of self-defense will change in that situation.
I'm defending myself.
Well, basically, it's kind of like the same explanation as Hassan's, though, but I'm on the other end of it. I think it's reasonable to hit anyone, really. Like, if you just say woman, then that's sexist. So, if a woman is like attacking you, like she's coming at you with a gun or something, and your only choice is to defend yourself, then what choice do you have?
If
Well,
a woman comes
if
at
she's
you with a gun,
coming with a
your only
gun,
choice is to
you're-
run and scream and piss yourself.
Like, if your only chance was to either attack her or not, then you're gonna attack her. Like, what else can you do? Cry?
Very
But
sexist.
If she's coming at you with a gun, your karate chop isn't going to do anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
you
You should
haven't
just-
seen my karate chop.
uh,
Yeah, like treat it like it's a guy, or it doesn't matter. The gender doesn't matter.
his karate
that-
chop is for himself. Just
If
to
someone's
fucking
like,
end his own
if you
life.
get into a bar fight with someone, it's like if you don't attack, you're just gonna get shivved or something. With
Yeah.
a glass bottle, then it's like, yeah, defend yourself. Doesn't matter if it's man or woman.
Yeah, you gotta suplex that 4 foot tall little girl.
I mean, it could be a 4 foot tall little boy. Either way, they're
Suplex.
getting a fist to their face.
Suplex.
Okay, you're that.
I like this fight talk. One of these days you know what you should do? They should allow like plebs to just have one day to just go into the UFC and see how far they can go.
Did I mention that I thought it'd be cool to have just an average person in the Olympics, just as comparison?
Yeah. Just as the benchmark, like look how
Yeah.
like normal Joe Schmo, look how bad he is compared
Yeah,
to like
exactly.
like you guys in your sitting at home in your comfy chairs, just fucking like you wanna boo your athletes from completing. We'll get this guy. We'll get you, the representation of you. This is how well you would do among us gods. That's what you want us to.
Yeah, if you're laughing at the Olympic athlete that finished the 100-meter dash in like 11 seconds, then here's the average Joe doing it in like, I don't know, 15 seconds, 20
Yeah,
seconds.
doing it in a day.
Well, he's down for his third nap. We expect him to finish any day now.
Oh man! All right. So no, yeah. I like that. Except not. We shouldn't put you into like something that has no danger to yourself, like a fucking a relay race. We should put you in maximum danger, and then just film the results. I think that would be. First of all, that would be a good episode for sure.
Wait, you talking me specifically, or the average Joe in the Olympics?
You specifically, because we know you. You would be the star. It would be like, what would it be like if you could last like one round in the octagon? I would love to reward you, but I have nothing to reward you. You would be deserving of a reward. That's as much as I could give you.
That'd be a tough one.
Tough one.
Because I was thinking like boxing might be easier to last one round than in UFC fight, because I'm pretty sure I would get either a knee to the face or choked out almost instantly. So, but boxing, at least, if I turtle a bit, I might be able to take a couple punches.
I think the differences will be quite minimal. I think the boxing, even if it was boxing.
Oh yeah, I still probably won't last, but at least I could last more than one hit.
At least it would give you that false sense of security that you go to boxing, you'll think, all right, this would be better because I don't have to defend my legs or some shit. I should.
Yeah. There's I won't get choked out. I won't get kicked or any knees.
Yes, it's the same. You know what? That would be good. It's the same effect as back then in the 50s where they would teach kids to hide under their table in the event of
even
nuclear.
during.
Yeah. It gives you that sense of, at least I'm doing something. Yeah, boxing. Yeah, I'll give it to you. The boxing will give you that sense of maybe, just that sliver maybe of hiding under the desk.
If I had a choice, yeah, I'd take boxing over UFC.
All right,
I'll lose either way, but at least
we gotta wait.
One is padded clothes.
You basically have to put like pillows on the guy's fists just to.
Oh man, multiple pillows.
All right, let's wait until. Are we waiting until Hassan comes back, or did you want a solo question, or if there's any questions that I realized I didn't answer any of these questions.
Was there anything really that you would disagree with what Hassan or I have said?
No.
I don't think overall our opinions diverge too much on most topics. It'll be really interesting once we do get a question or a topic that we are very divisive on.
I'm trying to find that. That's what I'm looking for, that holy grail of a question which is completely divides us. And it's a 3-way standoff.
Oh, here's a question.
Just a 2-way standoff would be already great. 3-way standoff, and this would be a very unforgettable classic filler episode.
Here's a question I think would be easy for people to disagree on, because it's more so based on, I guess, personal experience. Do you believe that the friend zone exists?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not divisive on that.
But I mean, like, you can get over it. It exists, but I don't think it's like a permanent thing. Like,
yeah. It's just I hear like a lot of people these days, I guess, saying that it doesn't exist. It's like, oh, if you want to be in a relationship, you either go for it or you don't, and then it's like if they turn you down or whatever, then you just go, cold turkey. You just quit in the friendship, relationship, or whatever.
It's just like fucking water. Like, it's the path of least resistance too. So if you got yourself stuck in the friend zone, I just feel like, you'd have to do so much and just look like a complete fool just to go after one person. So I feel like yeah, once you're in the friend zone, it's much more easier to just be like, okay, give up, go do something else.
Yeah.
You guys want to get controversial on this?
Yes. God, yes.
I don't know if this is really controversial, but I'm just gonna say it. I think if a guy gets put in the friend zone, he has to accept it. But if a guy puts a girl in the friend zone, then he's usually ends up is considered an ass, or that he doesn't. It becomes superficial, like, oh, you don't like me because this or that, or you don't want to.
Wait,
No,
Yes.
how does gender differentiate that?
I'm. That's what I mean. Like, I just think, like, if a guy gets put in the friend zone, he has to accept it, and the girl who put him in the friend zone is just doing the normal. Like, no one's gonna call her out, be like, "You're why are you
or
doing
no
that?"
one
Or
would think it's
you're a
even something to
bitch.
be called out about.
Yeah, exactly. But if a guy puts a girl in the friend zone, like, hey, no, I don't think we could, be a couple, but I like you as a friend, then her friends or even his female friends would be like, you know, why don't you like her? Or what's wrong with her? Or this or that kind of thing.
Wait, so is this your opinion?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
No, this was his decades-long
I,
research that he just
I,
came out with
I
the
went
results.
I went through the Britannica Encyclopedia and I found this dude.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, this was a peer-reviewed study.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can see why Zinzin things don't work out with Zinzin then. That's on.
That's fuck, man. That's not controversial enough. I don't think. I mean, okay. Mm, how would one spice this up?
Well, I
Not
guess I could
really.
just do disagree with that. I think it's still equal. Doesn't matter like male or female, which person friend zones the other. I think it's
That's what I'm like saying. It shouldn't matter, but I think it does.
To some people, maybe like the Mean Girl crowd would probably think that. I don't know. I don't, to the extent that that's an actual real life like, caricature of a person. I don't know either. I feel like nowadays it might be like Jason says, no one cares.
well now
Uh
everyone's going to call out everyone else on anything that's either sexist or anything like that.
you know what? I think okay. I think the most you'll get is if you're with your guy friends, and if this is like one of the guys that's never had sex for like 10 years or some shit. You'd be like, why would you not jump in on that and shit? And I think that's the extent that you'd get from friend zoning a girl. But on the flip side, it's not impossible that the girl version of that same person exists as well. I don't know. I don't think there's that much of a difference anymore.
I mean, nowadays, since everyone has to be open to everything, that's going to
Yeah.
even start being an issue if he's like, I can't judge someone based on that. You can't judge people based on anything. You can't just call
It's
out
hard.
someone for their sexuality or lack of it.
This
It's
is
like,
all just like yeah, and this is all like speculation too because I am fucking old now, so I have no idea what
Yeah,
the young kids are doing nowadays and what the fuck's going on between them.
that's for sure. It's that point in your life where you realize you're old. Like, for the longest time, keep thinking, I'm still young, but then something happens and you're like, fuck, I'm old, you know. And it, I think I'm at that stage where I, kids don't make sense anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense anymore.
damn kids.
Yes. What was I gonna say? Next question. Are we're like that was the extent of the controversy
Yeah,
for
that's
that
why I
question.
asked before if that was Hassan's opinion.
It's
Like,
hard. We gotta,
overall,
yeah, we gotta fucking start hunting down for some really fucked up questions. All right, I have nothing so far. I think this one will have to do with the recent, that recent fucking shooting, where a bunch of Asians got killed. But let's but let's try to make this question into one that's attainable to all of us, not just Asian people. All right. So if a minority is being attacked or targeted or whatever, what do you guys think should be the proper response? Like, should you continue to be like try to persist in being like that model minority and fucking do basically nothing, or should you go to the extent where you should just fucking arm yourselves and shit and make like the equivalent of the Black Panther Party? What do you guys think?
It's essentially retaliation.
Yeah, like you're taking the matters into your own hands, and instead of just leaving it up to the normal societal mechanisms to handle something like that. What's your guys' take?
Well, overall, for me, since I consider myself a more passive person, I would probably be on the side to do nothing because it kind of depends on what the reason is. So, of course, the real life example being COVID and everything. It's something that I believe would pass, and in that case, no aggressive action is required. But that's just my opinion on that. So my answer is not to retaliate. Don't make your aggressive group. Don't be all up in arms.
All right, Hassan, what's your take?
Say, don't do anything in retaliation. That's the job of the society that you live in, or the government of the country, or whatever, to protect you. So you can make a plea to your local government or whoever's in charge, whether it be whatever. But if taking matters into your own hands is how that situation started, where some idiot decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to do something about whatever the made up issue that they've created, that, oh, too many immigrants in this country, or whatever, do something about it. That was taking matters into his own hands. So you can't defeat that idiocy by doing the same thing.
All
I
right.
don't know if that made
All right,
sense.
we got two on the side of do nothing and let the normal way of let the authorities handle it. Down to me. I will say full on go hardcore rooftop Korean, arm yourselves, make a militia. Yeah, this is it. This is done. The revolution is upon us. That would be my answer. 100% rooftop Korean. Every teacher example comes back into this. Yeah, everybody gets a mini 10 kiloton nuke.
Where are you
Wait,
getting
everybody?
all these nukes from?
Everybody.
So if a city has a population of 1 million,
Yeah,
there's a million
everybody's getting it. And
nukes.
1 million, you get a nuke, and you get a nuke, and you get. Oprah just rolls up and just starts handing them out.
Ah, yes, the old Oprah nuke solution. Everyone's too afraid to attack anyone because everyone will die if anyone attacks anyone.
Everybody just has the ability to make society just look like fucking Dune.
It's like a Cold War, but with including every single person on the planet.
Exactly. The Cold War was too orderly and passive. Now we gotta throw it in and fucking make it wild. So that would be my plan A. Plan B would be I think when it gets to something like that, I would say it would be too dangerous, too insufficient to just rely on society, the normal authorities on it. And the precedents that I would point to would be all the ethnic pogroms that went on in all these countries, where literally either the authorities didn't care or they couldn't do anything about it, and then people just got slaughtered. So this happens much more easily and much more often than not. I think the society that you live, I think, especially pointing to Canadian society, is more of a exceptionalism. The norm is usually if shit hits the fan, shit really hits the fan. And usually developed countries, they may have the pretense of wealth and order to keep it all under wraps, but you can see that even well-off societies can descend into complete fucking uh like Lord of the Flies madness. And if something identifies you, especially being like a minority or anything that makes you a target, just a preferred target in in times of chaos, you can't just stand by. And you got so many examples in histories where like the worst happens, and um just the normal way of dealing with it just collapses. So I would say like better to be fucking better to be ahead of the massacre than behind it, and at the very least is literally a collective action. So if if it hasn't descended to Mad Max levels, you gather up collectively to demand as a collective body for if for more security, more protection, but also you gotta back it up with actual physical deterrence. So whether that's organizing like fucking neighborhood watches, or you fucking just making sure that like you may have to get armed, stuff like that would always be better. Always. Yes, that would be my answer. I wouldn't stay back.
Would it matter if it is believed to be a temporary thing, though?
Because you don't know if it's temporary or not, right? Like, like there's some cases you can point to where like you could literally be the guy that says like, oh, it's always been this way, like guys in this neighborhood isn't like that neighborhood. Like in Indonesia, it was like that, where oh, it's been the society's been like this forever. Like it'll be the ethnic Chinese people, ethnic Indonesian people. Like, oh yeah, you get your differences, and then and maybe, but more often than not, everybody comes together, everything gets resolved, and everything's fine. And then the Sukarno fucking coup happened. The anti-communist pogrom came, and literally just because you could be Chinese, they would like view you as like a subversion power. And then you got the '60s ethnic cleansing that went on, right? So I it's just so hard to think, oh, is this gonna blow over or not? It's better be to just be like, uh, if stuff like that happens, it's better to just say like, you know, begin the collective action, and that doesn't mean like fucking get everybody to start fucking making their own militias on day one. But at the
Yeah,
very least, on day one, you get like collectively you band together, basically, right? You band together. Not you. It doesn't even have to be by identity. It's probably more stronger by class, but at that day, he's like, you band together, right? So he's like, yeah, like collectively, you have to force, the security to be improved. And if that fails, then you collectively start to take care of your own security matters.
so essentially go on the defensive and prepare rather than
Yeah,
full out go on aggressive and go
yeah.
on the
Rooftop
attack.
Koreans, like that's what that the model will be, the rooftop Korean. Like during the '92
Yeah, the store owner.
LA riots, they literally, just because the cops aren't there anymore, and the riots got out of hand, so they started burning everything in the area, right? Fucking Koreans got onto the rooftop of their like convenience stores that they owned, and just they would shoot they would shoot the fucking looters that would come or threaten them, right? So I would be like, yeah, you won't go out. I would say you don't go out to actively go fucking pursue and fucking hunt down people in retaliation, but you fucking arm yourselves. If it comes to a point, then like if you need to fortify and just be like, have that fucking presence, you should do that. If Because shit goes down, and it is like, so when it goes sideways pretty fast. You don't get like a gradual slow boil too much. When it does flip, it's almost instantaneous. So Anybody. Like it doesn't even have to. Just minorities are just the easiest ones to like point to because there's like a difference, right? People can people can have something to target, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be race. It doesn't have to be minorities. It is if any group is ever singled out and they're going to get fucking wrecked, it's in that group's interest to kind of band together collectively. Barring, if you can't get everybody just armed with nukes, which is the dream.
That's one word for it, sure. But I could see your reasoning behind that. I guess it just kind of also depends on what kind of society you live in, and I guess your who's close to you. I suppose like your I don't know if neighborhood's the right word, but I guess that does kind of come into play. Like if you live in a place where you actually feel safe, the people around you won't be the ones that are coming out for your minority, I guess, if you're included in that.
Of
So
course, but at the
yeah,
same
I
time,
guess in a way.
you have to
Sorry, go
be
ahead.
like, yeah. At the same time, you gotta be realistic, right? Like, it's not like you can just arm yourself and become Rambo, right? Like, you can't lock yourself in your house and be fucking and be that guy. I like the strength is always in numbers, right? And I think that's what you gotta. Shit goes down. The strength is in numbers to resist a lot of things, and then and then after that is just how you mold yourself to the situation.
All right, all right. Overall, I don't know if we're exactly disagreeing on anything here either.
We haven't gotten it. We need a more controversial question. We need to
Would
find
you
that
eat
golden one.
human meat?
I don't want to.
No,
I don't
no.
want to.
I
Uh,
still am in the camp of like if our audience has seen the show Hannibal, he cooks very well, like top class cook. The food
oh,
looks
if
amazing.
it's presented nice to you.
Yeah, if it's like that, I might try it.
No, my thing would be like if I was like that South American like soccer team that fucking the plane crashed over the Andes and they
Right,
ate the
yeah.
corpses. And in that situation, I don't know like what just prolonged hunger would do to my mind. Maybe at that point, I would just say, fuck it, eat the corpse or whatever. It may be out of control, out of my control. But, just having like a Michelin star chef serve me human food. No, I don't think I'd do that.
But it looks so good.
They did that recently. Maybe like last year. They did that almost like that sort of thing where it was like volunteers, a man and a woman.
Oh dear
And
God.
yeah, but it was more like an art thing. It was like the guy did it for the purposes of art, right?
Ate
And they
human meat
yes, off
for
of
the
them.
purpose of.
Yeah. So it was a man and a woman. They volunteered to do it, and they just cut like a little piece of flesh off from somewhere. I think it was a part of the back, or it was maybe from the thigh or something. And
Mhm.
they cooked it for consumption for them to eat. The one man, the woman, and maybe the artist. And it was like like fucking streamed the whole thing.
Jesus.
Yeah, so you missed your fucking registration for that.
I don't know if I'd register for that.
Yeah, bring your
I don't
own
know if it's
meat.
better or worse. Like, would you want to know the person? Like
They don't know each other. But okay, would it make a difference if it's bring your own meat? If you had to eat a bit of
bring your
yourself?
own?
Yeah,
The-
or you get, it's provided for you, you're eating someone else.
If I like, do I have to?
Where are you getting the human meat?
Well, I mean, like, I am forced to eat human meat. Would I eat my own or someone else's?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
the
Well,
question?
like you go to your your three Michelin starred human meat restaurant that you want to go to, served a la carte Hannibal Lecter style. Like, where are they sourcing the meat?
If I am forced to, then I would prefer my own than someone else's.
Okay, but you're not forced to. You just said that you would consider it if it was like a really nice dining establishment. Wouldn't it? Isn't that by choice then?
I would like to have the option, but I'm saying if I'm forced to, then it would be mine. Just because at least I'm the one to. I don't want anyone else to have to suffer for it.
Okay, so in the sense, okay,
This
so
is
if
gonna
you're
bring
not
up like vegetarian or vegan.
if you're not forced to,
breadsticks.
this is your choice. You show up at the Michelin star restaurant. What's your like? You get the menu, and the choices. Oh, you can go from our selection of human meat, or you can provide your own choice cut. Which one would you do?
Okay, I'd go with someone else, someone high class, healthy, because I'm definitely not healthy.
Would it? Okay, so now I want to ask you: does it matter how they source that meat?
Yes,
So, how would you want them to source that meat?
I don't want the person to have to die.
Yeah.
I want them to have given consent in some way, not forcefully, of course. And yeah, that might be the major points.
Would you have a preference on like man or woman?
I'd prefer women.
Would you have a preference on race,
Not really.
age? Okay.
Well, I wouldn't want like I at least legal age,
All right. All right. And what
because they'd
kind?
have to give consent as well. So it better be someone 18 or over.
All right. You want to be like fucking grilled like a steak, or you want to eat it like sashimi, or you want to eat it in like a soup,
I don't think I'd want it as sashimi.
grilled or
It
whatever.
definitely
it
has
is,
to be
right?
cooked. So
Okay. All right. All right.
he's writing this all
Prion
down. He's gonna
disease.
go
Yeah.
through extreme lengths to get this.
Or he's just writing it all down for the authorities. Yeah.
This
On
is in a
frame one-
world or situation where it's legal, right?
Frame one, Hassan has already dialed in like 911. They're already
Yeah,
on the
they're
call.
they're tracing this right now. No, I wouldn't want to get that, whatever it's called, the disease, prion disease or something you get from.
The prions, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason.
So I don't care how good it would look. It could look like the greatest meal on the planet in the history of all meals, and I wouldn't eat it.
Don't
To
you have
be
to eat
fair,
like a big amount or
to
something?
be fair to Jason, it's not likely the chances of him getting the fucking folded prion or whatever is very low. But yeah, I know what
I
you
thought you'd
mean.
have to eat like a large amount too.
No, it's just by chance. It's just literally
No.
by chance.
Well, I guess if you eat more, the higher chance.
Yeah, the human mad cow disease.
Mad human disease.
Mad human disease. Yeah, you eat enough of it, you increase your chances of getting it. You're getting that fucked up prion that causes the whole thing to kick off.
Well, sometimes you gotta take chances, right?
That's gonna be the next pandemic. Oh god.
Mad human disease.
From you.
Mad human disease. So you mean zombie disease, basically?
I mean, that'd be kind of cool, but I don't even know the full extent. I mean, I know the full extent won't be zombieism, but
Nah, it's just you just fucking die. You're like you just
it'd be cool.
Well,
if it
no,
dies.
I think the cows they exhibit like really fucked up behavior before they die, right? For mad
Yeah,
cow
I
disease.
believe so.
I think it'd be probably the same. Like you start exhibit that and then you die. But like I don't understand like it spreads really fast in all the fucking cows. So is it by air or what? Like once the mad cow disease activates, how does that actually spread?
I'm not too sure. I don't even really remember. That was a little while back. My memory's
Because they
not
had to
so
like
good.
because they had to cull the entire not only cull the entire like fucking stock, but like the farming the grass that they grazed on, they can't even use that to graze cows anymore because
Yeah,
the prions like
it
still
was all gone to waste.
yeah the prions
I
still,
think
are
it's
still
just
there.
bodily fluids, probably.
You think it's
Like,
fluids?
yeah,
Air,
because if
not
they,
air then? I guess so.
I'm not sure. I'm just guessing, but
'Cause-
like maybe that's why they could burn the grass and everything like that too.
You know,
Because
yeah, but they couldn't, like, they burn it, and then because it's, you need to burn it at a really high temperature, and it just like burning the field doesn't get rid of it. That's why, like,
yeah,
mad cow disease hits, like whatever area that the cows or whatever used to graze on, they can't graze on it anymore. Like, it's locked down. Like, it's prohibited for cattle grazing.
it's
Would you want a zombie apocalypse?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna clarify the question, but it's hard to give the situation.
No. I don't want even the light version of zombie apocalypse.
I think the light version might be even worse than the heavy version.
What
It's
would
just
the
one of
light
those
version
like
be?
fantasy world type of things where it's like, oh, you get to live out a weird fantasy of living out a zombie apocalypse. So, kind of living the outdoor life, but having to, survive. You have to kill zombies and stuff like that.
You know,
Those,
most of the yeah, I know what you mean. You know, most of the zombie apocalypse fantasies, it kind of derives from a. It's kind of like, I don't know if it's necessarily a dissatisfaction with the world, the current order in society, but
yeah,
it is from that. Like,
yeah,
usually you get characters that, in the normal society, they don't do anything. They're just a cog
yeah. I
in the
was gonna
machine.
say it's like the doomsday prepper type of people
Yeah.
would love this type of situation.
But I don't know, like, they would fantasize about being it, but like literally their fantasy is just them being good at this thing,
Yeah,
right? Like, people would
they're the
go,
main character of the
yeah,
story.
yeah, and people would be like, "Holy shit, this guy, like, he was on the ball and he's fucking good." Like, that, their literal fantasy from all that is just, yeah, people are gonna fucking like, give me fucking props for this. They want to just be fucking like, they just want people to fucking like that shit and think it's cool, think they're cool. And I think, like, zombie apocalypse ones are, it's sort of the cousin of that, where it's just, in normal society, this guy would just be nothing. But zombie apocalypse happens, and he's like fucking John Locke from Lost, right? And like, the purpose has revealed itself in the entire collapse of society. So then
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, that this is their fantasy. Like, they actually get to a point where they feel like what they do is matters.
yeah. I think it's the collapse of society part that's probably key, just because
I think this
seeing like
popularity, yeah, and I think this ties into like why zombie movies, for at least a certain amount of time, and even still now,
oh
are
yeah, they're still
popular.
big. Yeah,
They're popular. It's just now it's just kind of like the fatigue because there's too much zombie related stuff, right? But I think this whole genre still holds because it is, in a sense, it is sort of like a critique, but it's also like yeah, it's a critique, and it's also like a thing that says, like, uh the characters that you imagine yourself in, or the characters that you follow in these movies, all of them are just because in normal society, like, it sucks, and this upends the entire thing.
yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Is his son still there?
yeah, I'm here. I'm still,
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had any thoughts on that, on a apocalypse type situation. You have
not
to
really.
choose a type of apocalypse to occur. What do you pick?
Uh,
So you
this
could
is
have the
fucking hard.
usual type of scenarios. Just to give as an example, we mentioned zombie apocalypse. Um, I think a worse one, but another option would be like a nuclear apocalypse or a global, intense, immediate climate change type apocalypse, like in 2012 or whatever, or World or Day After Tomorrow. What was
Go
that
for a
movie?
light one. I just go for like a fucking societal revolution sort of deal. I don't even that wouldn't be I guess sort of apocalyptic, wouldn't it? If it all goes
Yeah,
sideways.
it's like something that basically makes is a global shift in society affecting like all governments and people's everyday life, I guess.
I mean, if the apocalypse is going to happen anyways, it's going to be like all of those scenarios are global. It's just a complete massive change in society, right?
Yeah, that's what
It's just whether you want
I'm saying
the-
that's the qualifier.
It's just whether you want the effects of having like nuclear radiation or zombies or
Yeah, some
the
sort of
planet
monster
fucking
or
dying.
to have to deal with like a ice age or something, or
Alien invasion.
yeah, aliens a good one.
I think it'll be a
Um,
societal thing. I would say, like, the most likely one to happen is just pretty much
yeah,
how
country collapses.
well, pretty much how every other civilization before us has collapsed is they've reached a point of decadence and a point of like just exuberant
Yeah, the societal
affluence.
contradictions just are not solvable anymore, and it just
Yeah,
implodes.
yeah. So, and now considering we're not really, you know, split by different types of civilizations, we're a global society, a global civilization, and the same things are starting to happen. Um, I think that'll be the collapse, probably.
I would, yeah. You know what? If I had to take any of that, I'd take that because the Earth ending, we're all dead anyways. You can't do anything about it. Nuclear radiation, I'd rather not have the nuclear radiation.
Yeah, I think that
Zombies,
one
I'd
might be
rather
the
not have
worst.
zombies. Societal collapse, at least we've seen it. We know how to deal with it. The only other one that I would accept also is alien invasion, because at the very least, you have a common enemy that you could focus on. And like that in itself gives a motivation, like it gives a purpose. And you can see people at least if they, like if they were gonna put up a resistance, at least, fucking, the target is aliens instead of each other. That's the net benefit of getting everybody to become
Even
one in humanity.
I'd see the thing. I don't think everybody would become one in that situation. Like,
Oh,
I think
I would agree with you.
the
There
bigger
would be
countries,
collaborationists.
yeah,
I definitely feel, yeah.
the bigger countries will be like, how about if we give you half of Africa, do we come to a compromise where you won't attack the rest of us? And the aliens are like, oh, okay, sure.
But
And then they
that wouldn't
establish,
be a societal
esta-
collapse though, right? Like that would be like you just negotiated it away and shit, right?
yeah,
I
and
mean, like,
then but then the aliens would create their home base there, and then initially they'll say, yeah, we're content with this, and then they'll just expand, and then it would be societal collapse.
yeah. Well, so once that happens, then it's not like then it won't be like organized like countries just collaborating. It would just it would be like at that point, I feel like humanity as a whole would be at war with the aliens, and you'd get like a sizable class of collaborators that would work for the aliens. But I feel like the more mass majority of people would be united in the common goal of resisting the aliens, right? I feel like that kind of like collective solidarity is at least a plus in this scenario of fucking apocalypse. If the apocalypse is going to happen, at least in that scenario, you have one where humanity has something to unite over, right? That would be the one thing that good thing that you can get from that.
Yeah, if they had to, like, the possible silver lining of an alien invasion is that all of planet Earth would be united against one foe.
Yeah, there would be no like there wouldn't be that stupid shit. Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course, yeah. Like you'd still, yeah. Of course, whenever you get the invading force, you have a group of collaborationists. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, even on a go forward basis, everyone in the world would at least have the mindset of knowing like, hey, we have an enemy in common, like these aliens, so there'll probably have to be some sort of new global group to force against that.
Like literally,
Like,
in that scenario, racism would be gone in between humans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I was just going to say that.
atheism.
there would be no racism after that. That would be
Yeah.
like post-racism society.
And a lot of religious questions would be raised.
Yeah, exactly. Like you solve racism. Alien invasion solves racism.
creates a new type of racism. But yeah,
Yeah, well, but the aliens
it.
are the aggressors, right? So it's like you don't have to be politically correct with them. Be like, you can't just hate the aliens just because they're, maybe some aliens. You could be like,
Uh,
those guys are the
Alien.
invaders.
yes.
So for my generation, they will be the enemies. And then, like if you win one day and then, your grandkids are one day, the war was a long time ago. You can't keep thinking of aliens as these godless motherfucking heathens that you need to kill.
Oh, and let's not forget about the alien sympathizers. That would definitely be.
They're
There.
done. If you win the war, those guys are fucking executed. Like that's there's no way around
But
it.
there'd be a large group of people that'd be like, "Oh, why are we attacking the aliens?" Even though they're ignoring the fact that they attacked us.
No, at that point, that group would not be consisting of like normal people. That it won't be like, why are we attacking the aliens? It'd be like, if I throw my lot in with the aliens, I think I'll be better. Like humanity's lost. We might as well. It's much more advantageous to throw our lot in with the aliens or whatever, right? That will be like the class. You're not gonna have people sitting on the fence after that. And I feel
But it
like
wouldn't be it wouldn't be racism because you'd expect the aliens to be a different species, so it would be
no,
the same as humanity collectively hating cockroaches or mosquitoes, right?
yeah. It would be, yes, exactly. It would be externalized, and insofar, it wouldn't be racism. It would be like speciesism at that point,
Yeah.
right? And it would only be a problem if there's like more than one alien, I guess. And then like assuming we win the war and humanity comes out intact, and then you participate in this galactic organization of whole other alien races and stuff. And then their thing is like, oh, you can't be speciesist or whatever, right? Just because you're a different species than someone else. Humanity would have to learn not to be speciesist, right? But our introduction into like the extraterrestrial era would be a hard one that is filled with blood, so it would be hard for like the first generation to say, you know what, not all the aliens are bad. It would be, I would say it's almost next to impossible. You have to wait until your like grandkids generation where peace has been had for for a long time, where they say, hey, I'm not opposed to having alien friends, but my grandpa really, really hates the aliens.
That would totally happen too.
Don't 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 tell them that you're engaged with the alien.
Yeah.
How-
Don't run off and elope with an alien.
Yeah, because your grandfather's so speciesist, it's not even
yeah, it's
funny.
gonna be like, just think of what your grandchildren will be like, or your children will be like. Abomination.
Vegas will be full of interspecies couple trying to get married.
Uh,
Instead of international waters, they'd have to get married like in space.
yeah, you have to go get married on the moon. Like the moon would be like Berlin or some shit during the Cold War.
The moon would be part of the terrestrial empire, so it'd have to be like somewhere on the asteroid belt or something, no man's land.
I just like okay, so back to the collaborationists, right? The only way I would see this becomes like a future problem is like when the aliens get defeated somehow, and they have to like leave, like like U.S. like the Americans leaving Vietnam style leave, and then they have to take some of the if they were like if they had like some kind of conscience, where like, oh, we can't just leave our human collaborationist friends to die on this planet or some shit, and they take them or something, and then off planet or whatever, and then later on when peace has been had for a while, and then like they like trade and interplanetary visits, travel is allowed again with these people, and you just get this like fucking this tension between the collaborationists that fled, and now their descendants are allowed to come back to Earth or some shit. Fuck, man. One of these. If I had like skills, I would write a book.
Ooh, Hassan could get on that.
Oh yes, Hassan can write this book.
I write the book. Yeah.
I mean, of everyone here, I think you're the most qualified.
You read a lot of
I
books.
I read a lot of books. I tried my hand at writing during this last year, and so far I haven't been able to write anything of any
That's normal writer's
importance.
block.
So I don't know. I'll try, but sci-fi has been done to the max. So interplanetary, all this stuff. I mean, you're basically discussing Star Wars at this point or Star Trek.
Yeah, but we're getting into the real
The
fucking
social
societal problem.
yeah.
the
They talk
race,
about
the
the action and
speciesism.
everything. Actual,
Speciesism.
space fights and everything and all that. But we're talking about the actual social effects between individuals,
Yeah, this is the world
society.
building has already been done, man. Like that's in the background of the book. You won't even be describing the battles that happened. It's just the book would take place when all of this is already done, and then you already have these fucking tensions. That
So
would
it could
be-
be written. It could be written from the point of view of like a 18-year-old
Yeah,
interplanetary cadet whose father is an alien and his mom is a
yeah,
human.
yeah, yeah. And the grandfather, like fought in the war of resistance, and
Mhm.
he, like he was not on board with that marriage at all. It's estranged,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then you're like the 18-year-old kid is going back to Earth to visit his grandfather. Oh yeah, done. It writes itself. Fucking Oprah. If Oprah still has a book club, this is gonna be it. This is gonna reach their shitty New York Times bestseller list.
I'd
Yeah.
buy it.
Once it gets written, if it ever
Yeah.
gets written.
Yeah, done. The world building's already done. You just
All
gotta
right.
think of a good name for it.
I'll try. I'll try.
It's gonna
Free
Free
be
Willy
like a
3.
romance novel. Hassan, you just haven't hit your right
Oh
genre
no,
of writing yet.
yeah, no, make it into like a pornographic, pornographic work.
Yeah, you'll
It's
get.
porn.
It's
You want
like
me to 50
Twilight is
Shades of
basically
Grey?
that. Oh yeah, that's the raunchier version of Twilight.
Yeah.
Hey, those
Straight
make
up
lots of
porn.
money. Both
Yeah,
of
man,
those.
you'd be rich. Yes. Let's do the Verbal Laxative Publishing House. Get this rolling.
Yeah, and if critics say it's shit, then look at the publishing company.
Yo, have you seen the books coming out? All the books are shit. We might as well just submit our shit in this.
Yeah. I'd be like, you listen to the verbal laxative, now you can read.
Want
Now
to
I can
get to
read.
know our the staff? Listen to the podcast. Suddenly, all sales just drop.
All right. Did you guys have anything? Did you guys want to have another question to get into, or what?
Not really. I was just out of curiosity. I'm assuming we've all taken the test before. I was curious before, and I think I around to asking, but do you know your personality type? Like of the 16 personality
No,
types?
nah. I
Okay,
never
never mind
really
then.
took a serious test like that.
I took it, but I can't remember exactly what it was.
What did you get? What like, Jason? Like you took it, I assume. Was it
Yeah, I
accurate?
took it in school. So that was a while ago. Back then, I got INTJ, which is like, what the hell do those stand for again? Introvert, intuitive, crap. I don't know. Thinking, judging. I don't know. People could look it up. But I took it somewhat more recently, like within the last year, and I got something slightly different. So I don't know if that means my personality has changed as I've aged. But
Or
I
the
was
test
just,
is just bunk.
I mean,
Or
that
usually
true
the
too.
test would just be. It's
I
the
mean, these
test
are
fault.
personality tests, so some people do say like, "Oh yeah, that's super accurate," but
Oh,
it's
did
all
we
like,
cut out?
did we? I don't know. I was talking, so I can't hear. But I guess that's a dead end category topic, anyways, because if no one else has taken it, then it doesn't matter.
I said I can't remember exactly what it was. I had taken it quite I don't know, I maybe a couple of years ago now, but I can't remember exactly what it was. It was some kind of int, in- introvert or something. I can't remember. But
Yeah.
definitely on the introverted side.
Oh, I think. Oh, he's back.
He's
Oh, I'm
back.
back.
Hey,
We were
man.
just saying we don't know how Craig's recording works, but
I think I had OBS on the whole time, so it should be fine.
yeah, we did a just in case you never came back, we did a sign off thing for Craig, but I think I don't know if you'll get Craig's recording or not.
It's still going, so I don't know.
Well, either way, you'll have that in the back pocket if needed.
So
I-
okay, so should we just wrap this up then?
Yeah, I don't know where we cut off, but we'll do our sign off again.
Hold on, let's wrap it off naturally. So at least let's end with something. So so it's not just like we were just talking about something and then all of a sudden I have to edit it. All right, that's enough. That's verbal laxative for you.
Okay. Well, since this will link up with what we were just talking about, um, from the personality test thing, I am an introvert. Hassan, I believe, is also an introvert.
Yeah.
But Zinzin, you're kind of in the category where don't know for sure if you would consider yourself introvert or an extrovert.
I totally consider myself both at the same time,
Okay.
simultaneously, dialectically.
Nice.
I
Awesome.
Yeah, this is the Schrodinger's intro extrovert. I exist in both states
You're
simultaneously.
you're Schrodinger's person.
Schrodinger's person, yeah. Yep.
Schroeder- Okay.
Schrodinger's
You're
personality.
Schrodinger yourself.
I'm both at the same time, or I can choose whenever, depending on the day, time, season, moon cycle.
Okay, sounds good. I guess I was somewhat right then in not knowing which one you were, if you're both.
Ambiguous, but unambiguous at the same time.
That
I exist as a yin and the yang. I am the living embodiment of
you
a
are the
dialectic.
alpha and the omega.
The A and the Z.
You are the start and the end.
The top and the bottom.
Um,
The small and the big spoon.
um,
Okay. That's awesome.
as a person who's okay.
The Ouroboros of spooning.
You're the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper.
Yeah. I am the void and the not void.
You're the empty and the full.
Yeah, the anti and the not anti. The antimatter and the matter.
The eternal and
The eternal
internal.
and the temporary. The full-time employee and the contract employee. I am the fast food alternative and the fast food. I am also the slow food. I'm also the no food. I am water and oil, both
All
with the
right, let's wrap it
emulsifier
up here.
and without
We
the
could go on for
emulsifier.
ages. We're gonna lead to like fire and water, and like then we're gonna go into like 1 and -1, 2 and -2.
Yeah, I am the imaginary number and the real number.
Yeah, let's
Uh,
wrap it up. That's what I was getting at. This could go on forever.
I can
Zero
square
and the
root
infinity.
myself.
Thanks for
Yes.
listening, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Verbal Laxative with the OG cast. Tune in next time when we'll have not just the OG cast.
I am
We'll
the
have-
old man and the baby.
We'll have everyone that's
I am
willing
the
to be
fat
there.
and the skinny.
It's gonna be a good one.
I am
So
the funny
tune
and
in
the
next
unfunny.
time. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
The sad
and
and the happy.
hit that bell and try to change what you watch on YouTube so the algorithm, shows
The
up on your
live
page.
and the dead.
because apparently people watch more of what's on the front page and not necessarily what they subscribe to. It's
The
in
hot
stats.
and the cold.
So thanks again for watching. You enjoy the rest of your day and
The
have a good one,
online and the offline.
because we're about to go offline.
Jesus.
The hello and the goodbye.
Goodbye.
I find this so funny.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Oh, he actually meant goodbye to everybody.
And he dropped again.